In this video, I'll show you how to get more traffic to your blog by using trend hacking. And this is based on the service that I offer, as you can see here on Upwork. So I'll show you how to do it, and you'll be able to see why my strategy is a bit different, because it's not just trend hacking, but producing evergreen content while hacking that momentary trend so that you can continue getting traffic afterwards. And as you can see, the strategy that I'll explain, you'll be able to do it on your own, or you can hire me to do it for you. So let me proceed by showing you why this strategy is useful. It's being used by some quite big websites. You can see a website like Inside the Magic by Schmidt. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but as you can see, he gets about 40 million monthly page views by hacking trends, and that's coming from Google Discover. As you know, you don't have any way to target traffic from Google Discover, but typically trends usually go into Google Discover, and that's how this website gets millions of views. And normally you don't get such traffic just from organic search, from keywords, and unless you have a very high domain authority website. But by trend hacking, you can capture higher traffic searches, because a trend usually, let me explain to you, let me put it this way. When a trend happens, you'll find that there are few pages covering that specific aspect, and many websites are just starting to cover that issue. So once you cover that trend, you'll be among the few, and there is so much traffic to be gained from that. So that's how you can get traffic by trend hacking. And this strategy can apply to different types of different sources of traffic. You can use it on your blog to get traffic from Google News, from Google Discover, from just the normal searches in Google. And you can also use it on other platforms like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Telegram. Basically, trends are things that people are searching for, and there is limited information on it. So it applies basically everywhere. So trend hacking is quite a useful strategy, and it's useful with small websites or even e-commerce sites that are not getting a lot of traffic because of the search terms. For example, if your key niche is on shoelaces, you are blogging about shoelaces, or you are selling shoelaces, you'll be covering, as you can see here, maybe at most 50,000 keywords. It might even go up to 100,000 keywords. But if you want to expand that niche, you can go up to shoes. But once you go up to shoes, you'll have to produce a lot of content to compete with the big sites. that are selling shoes, and that might be a challenge to do, but you can capture more traffic just by hacking the trends within the shoe niche or even in niches above it without expanding your niche. So that's a good thing about trend hacking. And you can apply it to any type of topic, regardless of what the trend is. For example, let's say we are in 2012 and Usain Bolt wins the 100-meter race in London. And maybe your niche is not in racing. Maybe your niche is in dogs. You're covering, maybe your niche is in dogs. And you want to capture this trend. So you might write about how fast dogs are and whether they would have matched Usain Bolt's speed during that race. That's something that can be an interesting thing. Or maybe your niche is in food. Let's say you're covering certain types of foods or something like that. So you might cover the diet that Usain Bolt had during that race, or something like that. Or maybe if you are covering technology, you might cover the technology that was used during the race, because the winner is determined by a split second. So you might cover something like that. So you are not moving out of your niche, you're staying in your niche, but you are capturing traffic from trends that are blowing up. And at that time, you will find there are millions of searches beyond the typical searches you would find for just that trend. So that's how you can apply it to different niches. But now, to actually do trend hacking, there are different ways of doing it. So one way is by capturing emerging news. And as you can see here in Google Trends gives you like the top news in each day for each country. This is the US, so you can see maybe the top news on Wednesday. You can also see the top news on other days, Tuesday. So, and there are other sources of getting the news, because there are other news aggregating websites and other platforms that display emerging news. So you can capture the top news within the day and use that to hack as a news hacking strategy. And you can apply it to any niche. You just need to be creative in how you do it. So you can apply it to a food blog. You can apply it to a blog about pets. It doesn't matter. You just have to find out. You have to research and find out what is there in that trend or that news story that you can apply to the specific niche. Then you can also do trend hacking just by using specific trends. So, okay, no, not specific trends, but emerging trends. Now, this is a bit different from just trends, but emerging trends. These are, as you can see here, on Google Trends, there's an emerging trend of searches for Inter Milan versus Toronto. It's just starting to emerge. It's probably not a new story. It might even be a new story, but it may not be covered in the news. It might actually be covered. Maybe it's a trend in social media or something like that. There are various tools to detect that in social media, in YouTube, on TikTok. So it's an emerging trend, and you can discover that emerging trend and apply it to your specific niche. Then you can also just target popular topics. And here, there are some topics that are just popular. And by leveraging on those popular topics, you can get more traffic out of those popular topics and apply it to your smaller niche. And that can be an interesting way to do it. Although this requires a bit more research, find a way to do that, which usually works quite well with social media platforms, because they are not trying to optimize for searches, but in social media platforms, it's usually about the interests of people. So if there are very few people who are interested in maybe shoelaces, like I mentioned before, maybe there are more people interested in maybe Inter Milan, a soccer club. So you can connect those two, and once you do that, basically you're capturing a bigger crowd. So you can do that. Then you can use growing topics. So a tool that you can use for that is explodingtopics.com. They are calling it exploding topics, but I would rather call it growing topics, because they are evergreen topics, but they're just starting to grow. And you can use this tool. It's quite effective in doing that. And in the description, I have an affiliate link that you can use to get a $1 trial for this tool. And you are not trying to get into those new topics. You're just trying to expand your existing niche without moving out of your niche, because there are many ways to there are many creative ways to apply your niche. And these growing topics, you'll find that there are few blogs writing on them. So in this blog, there are millions. I think there are millions of topics that you can cover, and you'll be capturing niches that people are not yet covering. So that's how you can do it. And if you want me to do this for you, maybe you want one blog post as a sample to see how it's done, and you can order this service, and you can check the description for a link to this Upwork service, and I'll be able to do that for you. So that's it for now, and I'll see you in the next one.